Hello everyone, it's Becky here and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a new video. I am super excited about today's video because now we are talking Victober TBR and I could absolutely not wait for the October to come so we can all read the Victorian literature, although I know it's not October yet by the time this video goes up, but I'm just way too excited. I wanted to share some of the books I'm planning to read for the Victober. And if you are new here or to booktube or to my channel or to reading in general, just so you know that Victober is this event happening on booktube when people are reading Victorian literature in the month of October. And basically the only thing you have to do in order to participate is to read one book which is based in Victorian period or is from the Victorian period. And if you would like to step the game up a little bit, there are also some challenges which were created by lovely booktubers, and I will link all of their channels to the description down below, also with the announcement videos, so you can have a look as well. And some of those challenges are basically giving you some sort of ideas for Victorian books you can read with different themes or topics. And me personally, I participated in Victober for the first time last year, and I will also link that video in my description box if you would like to see it, or if you would like to see some maybe other books you may possibly add to your TBR, which I read last year. But this is the second time I'm participating, and I don't think I will be able to fit all the challenges because I do have a list of the books which I really wanted to read for quite a while this month, and I'm not quite sure if I could fit them into the challenges, and then it would be way too many books for me because already now some of them are quite thick. So yes, but without further ado, I will just show you the challenges on the screen here so you can see them. And I think what I will do now is to just speak about the books I have on my list, and we'll see if they will fit into the challenges or not. So let me put my tea down and I will start with the first book, which actually does fit in one of the challenges about Victorian poetry to read. And funnily enough, this is a book which I found in my bookshelf basically yesterday as I was browsing the internet and I was trying to find some authors of the Victorian poetry, and I realized that basically in April I was in this lovely old bookstore in Callender, which is a lovely Scottish town, and I was there with a friend of mine and we discovered this book. Well, I discovered this book and he bought it for me, and it's basically a selected poems by Matthew Arnold. And when I was doing my research yesterday about the Victorian authors, I came across Matthew Arnold's name and I realized, oh, actually he is the Victorian author. And I did read a couple poems already from this book, but maybe once or twice, and I did really enjoy them, so I would really love to read the whole book now. And I absolutely love it because I mean, look at this, like those illustrations. Can you see it? Yes, I just love old books like this, the yellow pages and old smell, and yeah, so I'm very excited. So this is going to be my book for the poetry challenge. Then the challenge number 2, which is to read the coming of age story. For this one I'm going with my beloved Jane Eyre because it's been a while since I read Jane Eyre, and I was thinking for quite a while to reread this book because I read this for the first time. I don't know how old was I, but I was reading basically a book which was gifted to me by my grandmother, which is very old with lovely old yellow pages and the typical smell, and I love that story. And if you know Jane Eyre, it's a story, a coming of age story. Basically we are following the life of Jane, who was growing up in a household where she was abused and it really was not a good life, and basically how she went to a boarding school and then how she happened to be a governess, and then basically everything from there. And I absolutely love this story, and despite I do not really like the cover of this book, I'm just very excited to read this. So Jane Eyre is my choice for the one of the challenges, coming of age story. And then let me see, I am not quite sure if there are any more challenges for me to fill, but the one book I would really love to read is this one called The Woman in White. And I got this stunning book in the Armchair bookstore in Edinburgh. If you ever been to Edinburgh, definitely go to that bookstore. If you've been there already, you know what I'm talking about. It's a heaven for anyone who loves books because, oh my goodness. And I found this book there, I believe it was April as well. And I was like, I wanted to read this book for quite a while, and I know Victober is coming. Well, by the time it was like half of a year in ahead, but who cares? So I got this book. I do not know very much what the book is about. I think it's some sort of like gothic story as well. And I remember having this as audiobook for I think I listened to a couple chapters in summer last year, but for some reason I could not really get into it. But then the whole year I was listening to people praising this book, and I really do want to read it, but it's quite a thick one. So I don't know how long is this gonna take to me to finish this, maybe even longer, maybe I will even finish it in November. But yeah, The Woman in White, it definitely is the one book I definitely want to read very much. And those were my all physical books I have here. And then I have one more physical book which I'm very excited about, and that is Frankenstein. But I have this book back home in Slovakia, and I'm flying there actually in a couple days, so I will go and pick the book up and then bring here, which I'm very excited about, because yesterday we had our physical book club here and a couple people came over and we were discussing which book we would like to read as next. And I mentioned Victober happening here on booktube, so we decided that we will read Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. And I'm very excited about this because I started to read this book, I think I was in primary school, but it was one of the first books which I got in English, and I think by that time it was way too much for me to read a book in English fully, so I think I gave up after a few pages and few chapters, and I never really finished the story. And I also never seen like whole film adaptation, so obviously I know the basic premise, but I don't really know exactly what the story is about, so I'm very excited, and then I can chat about it with people from my book club, and I'm very excited. Well, it's not my book club, but it's a book club I am part of, so just so you know. But yeah, that's another book. And then I have a few more books which I would really love to read. And one of them is The Picture of Dorian Gray. And if you've seen one of my previous videos, I actually got this book in one of the quizzes of BuzzFeed, and surprisingly this book should match my personality in different ways, but whatever, you can check the video out, I will link it to the description down below as well. And The Picture of Dorian Gray is something I have been planning to read already last Victober, but then I was reading so many books that I just did not have time to finish this one, and I did not even start reading it, so I'm very excited to read this one as well. And when it comes to other challenges, so one of them is basically doing a group read of The Mayor of the Castle Bridge, and I absolutely have no idea what this book is about, but I would very much love to participate because group reads are just so much fun. So this is another book I'm planning to read, so I think that's all together 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So next month I'm planning to read 6 books, which is a big challenge for me because usually I read like 4 or 5 every month. So 6 books is quite a lot, especially with this thick baby. So we'll see how it goes. But also one of the challenges excuse me one of the challenges also is to watch a screen adaptation. So that's something I would love to do anyway, because I have the list of the Victorian movies I would really love to see and rewatch some of them, so it might actually be an idea for I so don't have voice today excuse me. Anyway, I was saying that I would really love to watch movies a lot this month, especially, you know, different adaptation of Jane Eyre or then Wuthering Heights. See, if you know some good movie adaptation of Wuthering Heights, please let me know in the comments, because so far I've seen 2 and they were so bad, like honestly so bad, and I would really love to find some film adaptation which I can enjoy. So please let me know in the comments if you know any of these. And I think that's it for now, but please let me know if you are participating in Victober and if there is one book you are the most excited about, because I think that from these books I am excited about all of them. I'm super excited to reread Jane Eyre and also finally read Picture of Dorian Gray and then Frankenstein, and they also big baby again. So yes, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what are you reading for Victober and if you are participating. And if you are new here, please consider subscribe because it would be lovely to have you here, and I will see you with another video very soon. Take care, bye bye.